This is a rare opportunity to listen in and get an insider's view of why network marketing with the right company is a creditable, lucrative opportunity for financial security. Richard Brooke became a full-time network marketing distributor in 1977. He has been a successful sales leader, corporate executive, and/or MLM company owner since that time. He has served on the Direct Selling Association's Board of Ethics and as a board member for the MLMIA. Brooke is the author of the 4-year career, Wealth Building Through Network Marketing, Mailbox Money, The Promise of Network Marketing, and the highly acclaimed Mach 2 with Your Hair on Fire, The Art of Personal Vision and Self-Motivation. Let's listen in as Richard addresses his thoughts on this incredible industry.
The gift that network marketing has been to me is transformational. 30 years ago, I did work in a chicken plant. I made $3.05 an hour, but that wasn't the sad thing about the chicken plant experience. The sad thing about it was I actually planned on being there for the next 40 years. I was actually excited about being there for the next 40 years. I was excited about the status I had by getting to wear a red hat when everybody else wore a white one. I was excited about retirement. I was excited about maybe working my way up the ladder at the chicken plant so that I could get a company car like the superintendent had. So I'm excited I escaped all of that. And I know people today that are retiring from the chicken plant 30 years later. People that hired on about the same time I did, now they're retiring. And they're retiring on 1/3 of what wasn't enough for the entire 30 years they worked there. The transformation for me is I now have a life of total freedom. Within reason, I can go anywhere, do anything I want to do, and I never have to worry about my financial future. It's secured. Can I do everything I ever dream of doing financially? No, but that creates the upside. There's still more to do, more fun to have, more success to create. But within reason, I can do whatever I want. Within reason, I never have to worry about my financial future. 30 years ago, I was a scared, introverted, negative, cynical person. I would never stand up and talk to a group of people about anything except maybe how to cut up a chicken. So back then, I didn't have options. If somebody would have said, hey, let's go to a real estate seminar and see how we can invest in real estate and make money, I could barely make my house payment. If somebody said, hey, let's go learn how to invest in stocks, I wouldn't have any idea what stocks to invest in. And I think most people in this country, most people, like 95% of us, real estate and equities and all that kind of stuff is wonderful. But they don't have the money to put in it. And maybe they can scrap together $500 or $1,000. And surely if they turn off the television set, they can put together 10 hours a week if they're serious about doing something about their financial future. The one thing I had going for me is I was serious about my financial future. I really did want abundance. And I was willing to do something, at least for me, radical and courageous to make it happen. And I didn't give up until I produced results. This is a viable option for tens of millions of people that don't have a viable option. This is an option for single mothers. This is an option actually for people who are unemployed. This is an option for people who maybe do well financially, but they're trapped in their job. They're not going anywhere. They're being burned out. They're working 60 or 70 hours a week. In this industry, when you're helping other people achieve their dreams, you're having fun. And you're making money, and the upside is limitless. You can earn as much as you want for as long as you want and be as secure as you want for the rest of your life. The image of the industry has changed a lot in 30 years. Maybe the first 10 or 15 years that I was involved, the idea of, you know, is this legal? Is this legitimate? Is it something that's morally right to do? Am I going to get in trouble if I get involved in a network marketing company? That may have been the issue the first 10 or 15 years. That's not the issue anymore. Not when mainstream business and the media embraces what we're doing the way they embrace it today. I mean, we have the most respected, admired, perhaps if you're on the other side of the fence, feared investor in the world, Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha. In his words, dollar for dollar, this is the best investment he's ever made. And what he's speaking about is the three multi-level marketing, network marketing, direct sales companies that Berkshire Hathaway has purchased in the last 5 years. Pampered Chef, the Kirby Company, World Book. I mean, people like that don't invest hundreds of millions of dollars in pyramid schemes. They just don't do that. That's not even an issue anymore. Does this work? Now, there are some companies that work and some companies that don't work. There are certainly a lot of people that pursue the money that work and a lot more that don't work. So the variable is the individual that pursues it. The other variable is the particular company that hosts the opportunity. The opportunity itself, the business model, whether you call it network marketing or multi-level marketing or direct sales, where there's an opportunity for everybody to duplicate themselves and get paid on that duplication, that model has been working brilliantly for 60 years. That model has grown every year except one for the last 20 years. It's almost doubled as an industry in the last 10 years. There are almost 60 million people in the world that participate in this kind of a concept. There's over 15 million people in the United States alone. There's almost 175,000 that join every week right here in the United States. This is a concept that works. There is absolutely no question about it. There might have been 10 or 15 years ago, but there's no question about it now. Not when you have Fortune 500 companies that are investing tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars to get in this game. There's no question the concept works. There's always a question, does the particular company work? And there's always the question, do you work? People who try to figure out how it won't work always find 100 ways. And guess what? It won't work for them. And those people waste months. I've seen people waste years before maybe something happens in their life. Something health-wise happens in their life. You want to talk about a wake-up call for people. Have the health that we take for granted all of a sudden get shook to the core, either for themselves or a loved one. All of a sudden, everything changes. Or how about that job that we take for granted, where all of a sudden, massive layoffs that actually cut all the way to our level, and now the job we took for granted, we don't have anymore. Or maybe the business we spent 10 or 20 years building because it was a viable, needed business in our community, all of a sudden somebody comes in big time and we're insignificant and we're out of business. Those are wake-up calls in life. And I have seen so many people overanalyze how this will work, why it will work for them from the negative viewpoint. And then one of those life-changing events comes along and they do finally see it. The lights come on and they get involved, but the time that they wasted, the precious time that they wasted, they have no idea how much money it cost them. I'm a huge advocate of building a wall of protection for when life's mishaps do hit us. Almost all of us are not prepared for those health mishaps or those economic mishaps, whether they happen in our business, in our job, or perhaps they happen in the entire economy of our country. How many of us have a fortress built around our families to protect us? Hardly any of us. The time to start building that fortress is now, because 4 years from now is coming like a runaway freight train, whether we want it to or not. And the sooner you get started, the sooner you close the gates and protect you and your family.
Think back to where you were 5 years ago. Are you where you had hoped you would be today? Are you better off? If not, are you ready to do something powerful about it? Don't wait any longer. Take action now. It's your move.